got some time. Y'all niggas ever had that shit? That just be annoying the fuck out you feel me? Slide over to the app, nigga. Hold on. There you go. Stop that. Look. 99 problems and this one gon' leave me fried. Losses I done took, but I done failed a million times. Tarot cards flipped, I done read up on my signs. I ain't dealing with no bitches, I done dealt with every kind. That's real shit. Ain't nothing to it, sad, nigga, gun clips. It's getting loaded for that ass. You know they fast to pop a rapper like tags, so it's best you keep it low with your cash. My OGs told me nothing lasts forever, so stay grinding, you know. Karma is a bitch and you gon' meet her for sure. Opportunity comes to those who ain't gon' fold, so when they knock, meet that bitch at the door. But damn, them niggas tryna drop me for my paper. My niggas tryna drop me for my paper. Them niggas tryna drop me for my paper. Why niggas tryna drop me for my same nappy-headed nigga, now I'm focused on the digits. Plotting money schemes, whipping in my mama kitchen. Got a bad bitch, sit on, got my windows tinted. When I'm riding, hope they pussy see I'm in it. When that situation crunchy, we gon' bounce right back. Money stacks and my niggas subtract, can't keep it lax. I done seen loyalty zap like cheap battery packs, but I done seen her from a mile away, them niggas been fake. Stick a knife inside your back, put a smile to your face. Fake love, niggas phantom when the chalk get traced. Ain't no second place for me and mine, stick to design. Hustle first and watch that paper incline. Do time while she putting on. Put my people in plush cribs, graduate the dawn. Black is stacking my dividends, ether in my pen. Ink is dripping with sin, stick to the script. In the end, real niggas gon' win. See through the haze, maneuver through fuckery like a maze. While marching with my soldiers like the Rose Parades. They true to this game, regardless how you niggas gon' play. So until a nigga lying in his grave, all I got is 99 problems and this one gon' leave me fried. Losses I done took, but I done failed a million times. Tarot cards flipped, I done read up on my signs. I ain't dealing with no bitches, I done dealt with every kind. That's real shit. Ain't nothing to it, sad, nigga, gun clips. It's getting loaded for that ass. You know they fast to pop a rapper like tags, so it's best you keep it low with your cash. My OGs told me nothing lasts forever, so stay grinding, you know. Karma is a bitch and you gon' meet her for sure. Opportunity comes to those who ain't gon' fold, so when they knock, meet that bitch at the door. But damn, them niggas tryna drop me for my paper. My niggas tryna drop me for my paper. Them niggas tryna drop me for my paper. Why niggas tryna drop me for my? Whoa, all these fucking bodies that be dropping to the flow. Blocka, nigga, that's just how it go. Is the love real, baby? I just wanna know. Put that nigga under pressure, make that motherfucker. Type on. Fuck. Get this shit right, nigga. Honestly, we don't really give a fuck what all you other niggas is doing, cause the shit is irrelevant. You feel what I'm saying? Your moves ain't shit to me, cause I'ma make my moves, nigga, and I'ma do what I do. You feel me? Look. Hold it down for my G's, still I'm seeing greed. A lot of niggas in these streets who don't get no reprieve. So what you want is you gon' bleed to keep your niggas freed? Oh, it's facade until you ball and you stacking cheese. Okay, I see this shit is 3 letters. Embark on it just for cheddar. It's WAR, VV's for vendettas. 90K chain, THG on the sweater. You gon' get a real nigga once you get them things together. Where do you belong on this life marathon? Keep it G and watch the plans form like Voltron. Can't understand niggas behind me, they speaking in bronze. Never moved on this chessboard by industry pawns. Snakes in the lawn, never trip, my clippers cut strong. Heavyweight up on this mic, bars hit like Tyson. Real rap money, nigga, pockets on big pun. Step your game up, little nigga, hating bother me none. Niggas said they poppin', but I never pay attention. Quiet when you see 'em, but they whoopin' on my mentions. I'm itching to stand up for my team, put 'em on. I hope a nigga trippin', it ain't shit to get 'em gone. I'm from West Side, who the fuck in here gon' take mine? Fontana, put that O between that double nine. Wear that shit up on my sleeve like an astro sign. Shit about respect and it's my time, nigga. Verse 2, blessing like you said I chew. It's no truth, so best duck if it's coming to you. With every verse I'm putting rappers back in ICU. It's game 6 bars, every word sick with the yeah, it's Fargo, motherfucker, you should know how I rock. Guaranteed to give you dope just like that old crack pot. Hugging knots, tuck the block, bitch, I'm built for the guap. Grab a P and shake that bitch like Renfro in the slot. Yeah, it's 90 90K, nigga. What it is, killer. Stepping on your necks until my pockets get bigger. New West, nigga, ain't nobody realer. You should know what's happening when we stepping in your villa. I do this for a better life, y'all do this for the fame. I steady maintain, well, I done seen these niggas change. Sometimes you take them L's and got to charge it to the game. Can't expect to grow much without no pain, my nigga.
What is the deal, Raider Nation? What's the deal? You're back for another episode of the Raider Rundown. And today, man, we're going to be talking about the Raiders' future after the Arrowhead game, right? What is going to happen after they play the Chiefs, right? What could happen? And at the end of the day, ultimately, why I think this game decides it all. So without further ado, man, let's go ahead. Let's get this motherfucking intro started and let's get this show cracking.
Young guy, I had a dream that someday I would build the finest organization in professional sports.
What is the deal, Raider Nation? Once again, like I said, you're back for another episode of the Raider Rundown. Make sure you guys are tapping on the like, on the subscribe button. I appreciate each and every one of you that keep showing back up, keep showing the kids support, man. Can't tell you how much I appreciate how much the love is reciprocated, man. So once again, if you're new, hit the like, hit the subscribe button. If you a returner, man, welcome back. How you doing? But we here again to talk the Raiders' future after the Arrowhead game, right? What is to be determined? What's going to happen after this Arrowhead game? Now, first and foremost, I want to say this, and this is my full disclosure. I think that the whole head coaching thing, the whole head coaching search, is it going to be AP? Is it not going to be AP? I think it all rides on this game right here. I really do. I know, there's still, 2 more games to go after that. But I truly think that AP getting this job determines on this game, right? And for a lot of reasons. I think that one, of course, is a division rival. But more than that, you haven't beaten this team in I don't know how long. And we talked about it the first time this team came in Las Vegas, right? This is the first year where they look beatable. This is the first year where things for them aren't bouncing the right way when you talk about the Chiefs. Even this past week against the Patriots, a couple things go their way, but at the end of the day, they still don't look like the Chiefs, how you're expecting them to look in the month of December, right? They don't look that good. So this is the first time in a long time where you can say we can go in there and make some noise. Is it going to be easy? No. But this is the first time in a long time you can say that. Now, with AP, redemption is needed. Okay, redemption is needed. And this is another thing, like I talked about in my last live, right? Moments. And also at the same time, I said I was willing to bank on AP getting better rather than searching for a new head coach. In saying that, this is an opportunity to show that. Why do I say that? Because last outing against this team, they scored 21 unanswered points, right? 21 unanswered points. And ended up winning the game, right? By a large, wide margin. Now, the second time around, how will AP adjust? All right. And we're not talking about a ticky-tack team. This is one of the better offensive coaches in the league, if not the best. When you talk about Andy Reid. And, of course, Patrick Mahomes is up there. So you saw them make their second half adjustments the first time around. What will AP do now going into Arrowhead to combat that? Like I said, if I'm willing to bank on him getting better, this is the game to show signs of that, right? And that's where I think we're headed right now. All of this, all of this is putting things into Mark Davis's mind, putting things into his brain to make him say, okay, AP can be the guy next year. Or if he's not the guy, and saying like that, we have to talk about the other side of things. And salute to everybody in the chat. What is the deal with my peoples, man? Hey, what's good? What's going on, Sam? How you feeling? D Menace, how you feeling? What's the deal, man? We here, we live, man. But like I said, right now we got to talk about the negatives on what could happen if the Raiders go in there into Arrowhead and don't do what they're supposed to do. Okay, now, like I said, I think AP getting the job, I think it determines on this game, just for a number of factors, right? But the negative side of that, if they go in there and lay another stinker against this team, it's not it's not going to look good when you talk about your head coaching search when Mark Davis has to go and evaluate at the end of the season. To me, I don't think it bodes well, because losing to this team twice, and at the same time, if they were to lose the same fashion like they did in the first game, it's just not a good look, because it's the cream of the crop of the division. You know what I mean? In order to win this division, it's going to go through Arrowhead for the foreseeable future. So, like I said, these are putting things into Mark Davis's mind. You had 0 points, all right, in one outing. And like I said, I wasn't killing AP for that, because he's a defensive coach. All right, and his squad, his side of the ball has been doing the things that they need to do. But more than that, right, I'm saying that AP still has things to prove. Okay, there are still things to prove for AP in order to get this job, and I don't think Mark Davis is 100% sold. All right, like I said, he's a defensive-minded coach. His unit has been doing well, minus that Kansas City game. The defensive unit has done well. That's in Mark Davis's mind. Okay, that first time around, the Kansas City game, it wasn't a good outing. All right, what are you going to do the second time? Now, salute to everybody in the chat. What's good, Matt? Hopefully last Thursday can carry on to Christmas, right? And this is the next thing I wanted to talk about, okay, while we talk about why the future is determined in Arrowhead. This is the next thing I want to talk about. I said it last time in the live. We're now seeing two extremes, right? One where you lose by 3 points and score 0, to the next extreme where you score 63. Now, that's a huge, drastic turnaround, right? But what meets in the middle of that? And that's what I think the question mark is right now, for me at least, and maybe some of y'all, but definitely maybe in Mark Davis's mind as well. Like, what meets in the middle? Okay, but because yes, you had a bad outing, but you turned it around and you got the ship right. But let's be honest with ourselves, we're not going to score 63 points every week. You know what I mean? Like, if we were doing that, then hey, so be it. But right, I don't see us turning around and all of a sudden being a 40-point scoring team and all that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so what's in the middle of that? You're going into Arrowhead and you're facing a good Kansas City defense, right? This defense for Kansas City is legit now. They are real, and they will squeeze you. They will squeeze you. So that's what I'm saying. What is going to meet in the middle? Now, I think last Sunday or last Thursday, right, the last game, we saw what the Raiders offense looked like when it's clicking on all cylinders, okay? And that was the first time, I think, all year that we saw what it looked like when it's clicking on all cylinders. The defense played pretty much expected because, like I've said, at this point in the season, how you've been playing is basically what you are, right? You're not going to drastically turn around what you've been doing for at least all these goddamn weeks. It's not going to happen. So, offense finally clicked. Now, are they going to keep that momentum going into Sunday's game? That's my question, because I really don't worry so much about the defense anymore as more as I do the offense. Like, is the offense going to show up? And I don't expect seeing Colton Miller out there. I don't, me personally. Maybe Andre James goes back, but that's a question mark for another day, because I personally think that Dylan Parham is better there. But hey, it is what it is, right? Andre James comes back, but not having Colton Miller, you're going into Kansas City. What's it going to look like? So the comment that was just put up, man, shout out by Matt. Definitely, man, like, what is it going to look like going into Sunday's game? And is Thursday's effort sustainable? Is the execution sustainable? That's where I feel like the question mark goes. The way the players executed, is that sustainable for Sunday. Can you do that on Sunday consistently? And that's where I think, we're at when we talk about the carryover from last Thursday to Sunday, right? Is the execution going to carry over? Is the effort going to carry over, right? And these are things that we need to see because you went from one extreme to the next. What meets in the middle? That's where I think we're at. But going into the next comment, man, Matt says, do you think Champ Kelly keeps his job? Hot take, Matt. I honestly believe that Champ Kelly already has the job. That's me, right? That's me. I don't have no goddamn insiders on none of that yet. But right, I just personally think that Champ Kelly already has the job. And when I say that, people are like, how are you so confident? I don't know. Just to me, man, it's like ever since he's gotten this GM job, I personally was the first one to sit out here and say, well, they gave him a BS title because, he was interim GM after the trade deadline. So what the hell realistically are you going to do? But having that handicap, so to speak, he still has signed players that have made immediate impacts, right, on the roster. And still, at this late in the season are making impacts, and it's like, you look at guys like, even though we had him for like one game, still, what was it, Jalen Smith? We had him for one game. He came in here, he did some shit. You know what I mean? He did okay. And then, boom, out he goes. The number 97, I forget his name, but I know his last name is Robinson. He's pretty active, bro. I like him. He had a sack the other week, so contributing. These are things that's happening. Of course, Jack Jones getting him off the waiver, that's another one, right? That's another player that's contributing. So I think, I really think that Champ kind of has the job, so to speak. And little tidbit, right? We saw on Thursday who was right on the side of Mark Davis. It was Champ Kelly right there in his ear the whole game. You know what I mean? Getting cozy. I mean, just to me, it just makes sense, right? Why would you go through all this and then hire another GM who's going to have a whole nother scouting department and all such, right? And they're going to scout their way and all that. When Champ has already been in the building, already pretty much knows all his scouting team. He might change a couple here and there after the season, but, pretty much knows what he wants to go after, how he wants to attack the offseason, right? I think Champ already has the plan, and we're going to talk about Champ a little later because the connection with the Chicago Bears, I think, is another reason why Champ already has the job, right? There's a number of reasons with that connection why I think Champ should have the job. But, going from that, I just think that this man has a grip on what he needs to do for that GM role. And I think a plan has already been initiated to Mark Davis and says like, all right, bro, like this is what I want to do. You know what I mean? These are my A, B, and C options, blah, blah, blah. And I think he's pushing hard for AP to be the coach as well. But yeah, me personally, I think that Champ Kelly already has the job. Now, when we talk about Champ Kelly, that leads us into our next topic. And before we continue, man, make sure you guys hit the like, hit the subscribe button. I'm not going on for a full hour. Maybe I will, if comments start rolling in, we start doing our thing. But, hit the like, hit the subscribe button. If you're new to the channel, it's much love, man. Trying to give y'all some content every day. You know what I mean? Decided to go live because it's easier than recording a video and doing all that goddamn editing. You know what I mean? So I was lazy today, and my setup ain't all the way there. But going into it, the next topic that we got to go into, there's been some talk and there's been some chatter now, all of a sudden, right, about Justin Fields coming to the Raiders, potentially coming to the Raiders. If you've been on the channel, right, if you've been on my channel, I've said it for a minute. The only veteran that I would trade for is Justin Fields. I've said this for a cool minute. And also, if you've been on my channel, we've already highlighted the fact that Champ Kelly, right, was a part of the front office that selected Justin Fields. He was a part of that front office that selected Justin Fields. So the connection is there. All right. Now, not only is the connection with Champ Kelly there with Justin Fields, I mean, it can be there with the whole organization. And not only can we talk about acquiring Fields, you can also go another route to talk about acquiring one of their top picks. But that's a conversation for a later date. But talking about Justin Fields, right? Okay. Now, the connection with the GM is already there. Apparently, him and Justin Fields, when we talk about Champ Kelly, still have a pretty good relationship to this day. There's another content creator, Mitchell Renz, he has his sources. He says that players text him, say they would love Justin Fields in a Raiders uniform, and I mean, I don't blame him because we all know that a mobile quarterback is needed in today's game. It's not nothing on Aiden O'Connell. Aiden O'Connell is a good dude. He's a pretty cool quarterback. He's showing some traits, but still, he's always going to be missing that factor. We've highlighted it multiple times, right? Aiden O'Connell is always going to be missing that key factor that you need in football in 2023. You know what I mean? That's just plain. It's simple, bro. In 2023, Aiden O'Connell is missing that key factor that he'll never have, right? He'll never have what Justin Fields has. So apparently some of the important players on the team would love the idea of bringing him into the silver and black. My answer, me personally, and I want you guys, down in the chat, let me know what you think. But me personally, I'd be in it. I think Justin Fields would immediately upgrade this offense. Just imagine him and Josh Jacobs on an RPO. Imagine it. Think about it. It's madness when you actually think about it, bro. Justin Fields on the RPO with Josh Jacobs, and maybe you can get some type of action with Devontae Adams if you want to throw it there. Come on, man. It's madness. I would take it. And to be honest with you, the way things are going, and you heard it here first, the way things are going, I think that Justin Fields could be had for a third round pick. I think Justin Fields could be had for a third round pick, maybe a fourth. I'm going to tell it to you live right here, man. And you heard it here first. I think that you can get Justin Fields for a third or fourth round pick. Now, I think that in the situation that Justin is in, it's not fully helping him in his skill sets. I don't. Do I think that it's all on the organization? No. I think Justin just, has some culpability, has some blame in how bad things are in Chicago. But I think more of the blame is on the organization and the staff more than it is on Justin Fields. I watched the game in spurts yesterday, but it's like, bro, some of the drops, some of the lack of playmaking that Chicago has is just dreadful. Just dreadful. Like, it's like outside of DJ Moore, maybe Cole Kmet a little bit, like that's it. That's all they have. That's all they have. And he makes up about damn near 40% of their running game. You know what I mean? Like, no, it's just not. I don't think they're helping him win. I think if he comes here, he's going to be in a much, much better situation. He's going to be playing in a dome. The first time since I don't even know where he went to high school at, me personally, but I know he went to Ohio State, had to deal with the weather conditions there, had to go to Chicago, dealt with the weather conditions there. You come to a dome, let it rip. You know what I mean? And this man can throw a deep ball. He can. All right, he hit a tight end yesterday in the hands for damn near 30, 40 yards, and he dropped it. I mean, there are signs from Justin Fields that make you say, I swear, there are 3 throws a game from Justin Fields that make you say, God damn. You know what I mean? Or at least a couple runs that make you say, and I think if you give him more consistent playmaking on the outside and on, as his weaponry, even in the play calling department, if you give him more consistency in that area too, because I don't believe that offense that Chicago is running is tailored to the man's skill set. I don't. You know what I mean? I don't think they built that offense around him. I think they're trying to make him fit into an offense, which we know it don't work. We just saw a coach who was in here and tried to do the same. It don't be working. So to me, I think that Justin Fields in this offense with these playmakers around him would be able to unlock his full potential. He'd be able to unlock his full potential. Now, can you imagine a rollout or just a scramble out and Trey Tucker is loose? Imagine it. Think about it. Imagine Jacoby Myers being able to get loose somewhere down the seam or somewhere. Michael Mayer being able to take something down the seam, and your man and my man is just running out scrambling, right? Or some type of rollout. I think that we'd be unstoppable with this man. I do. I personally do. But that's just me. Y'all let me know down below, man. Do you think Justin Fields will be a good addition to the team? Let me know down below in the comments. Me personally, Fields will be fired. Hey, I'm telling you, man, on this squad, he'd be fired. Now, there are some negatives to talk about, though, when you talk about Justin Fields. There are some negatives to talk about. The negatives would be this, okay? Yes, you'll give up a third round, fourth round, and it ain't going to be that bad, but he's coming up on the last year of that rookie deal. All right, he's coming up on the last year of the rookie deal. And we know what type of money the quarterback position commands. All right. And basically, if you trade for this man this year, it's a 1-year tryout. That's all you get. You get 1 year, and then after that, you decide if you want to sign him or not. And the risky thing to me, if you do that with Justin Fields, would be you give him all that money. He plays cool the first year. You give him money, and then the shit don't work out, right? That would be my concern, because it would be the ultimate blunder, right? It'd be the ultimate blunder. You can't miss on that position for that amount of money. You can't. It's just plain and simple. And if you do, you set your organization back some years. So my only concern would be, one, the money factor, right? Because we all know the amount of money that a quarterback will command in today's NFL. It's going to be a large, hefty sum. Because think about it. I think I talked about this with Leo, my man. Shout out to TRS. But Daniel Jones, I think he's making, what, 40 million, something like that. If I'm Justin Fields, I'm not taking no less than that. You feel what I'm saying? Like we can throw the stats out the window, bro. Throw the stats out the goddamn window, because at the end of the day, bro, it's all about the numbers, and the numbers gonna speak. And I think Shannon says this all the time. It's not about, the stats and all that. It's about who signs the deal after, right? Who signs the deal after? So Daniel Jones signed first, 40 million. Okay. Justin Fields' agent is going to walk in there and be like, hey, bro, Daniel Jones is making $40 million a year. My client is better than Daniel Jones. So we're going to need that 50. We're going to need a 50, 45. And this ain't no exaggeration, bro. Like that, those are quarterback numbers. Now, if you get anything less than that, you got a deal. You feel what I'm saying? You got a steal and you got a deal. But the whole thing is, okay, it's 1-year tryout when you get him. It's a 1-year tryout, bro, because it has to work. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. Like, it has to work. And what we're going to talk about after this has to work too. But, at least with the second option of the Champ Kelly route with the Chicago Bears, it doesn't require that amount of money. So my negatives with Justin Fields would be the money that you're going to have to spend on him in a year, because, the rookie contract is running out, and the fact that if you give him all that money and it doesn't pan out like it's supposed to, you've now handicapped your organization for years to come. So that's what I think are the negatives of getting Justin Fields. But y'all let me know down below how y'all feel about that. So once again, man, before we get to this next and last topic, man, make sure you guys are hitting the like, hitting the subscribe button. It's much love to everybody that shows up, man, and shows out. I appreciate each and every one of y'all, man. It is getting about that time where the season is coming to an end, it's coming to a close. But, definitely it's been a very, very fun first season, man, coming to y'all. Trying to grow, trying to get it. But some of my day one, some of my loyals, man, it's much love. I'm going to figure out what I'm going to do in the offseason. We holding a sliver of fucking hope that the Raiders do make the playoffs, which, we'll look. see what we need to see. But the scenarios that needed to happen for us really didn't pan out yesterday like they should have. So it's like, and it doesn't even matter regardless, because like the title says, right? The future is determined in Arrowhead. Okay, so before we gonna talk about all that, but make sure you hit the like, hit the subscribe button. But now we're going into the Champ Kelly and the draft route. Okay, now we'll talk about this. This is the next topic we got to talk about. The Raiders are now sitting at the 12th overall spot in the draft. Okay. If you don't want to go the Justin Fields route, the next and only route you need to be thinking about is getting a rookie quarterback. Regardless of how it is, it's looking like the Raiders are going to have to trade up. Plain and simple. It's not towards the end of the season, especially if the Raiders win 1 or 2 more games, like, the Raiders are going to end up somewhere in maybe the 10, 11, 12, 13, high teens, something like that. Maybe 15, 16, something, So from there, it's like you're going to have to move up. Now, I want to know what everybody's breaking point is for moving up in this draft. Because if you don't get Justin Fields and say you don't win against KC and maybe you beat Indy, lose to Denver or vice versa, whatever the case, right? Okay, you finish with, let's say you finish still 12th, all right? Are you trading up to go secure a quarterback? Because it's very unlikely that one is going to slide to you at 12, bro. So you might going to have to move up at least a couple spots, 4 at the minimum, to get what you want, all right? Maybe 8. Maybe you move to 6, but what does that require and who is there, right? To me, if you're not going to go get Justin Fields, I say F them picks. It is what it is, bro. What do we need them for anyway? What are you trying to hold on to them for? We ain't done a thing with them. Not a thing. So we might as well go ahead and get rid of them if we feel so strongly about a guy. And the only guys that I'm going up to do that for is Caleb Williams, Drake May, and then we talk about Jaden Daniels. That's it. Those are the only ones I'm doing it for. Everybody else, nah. I'd let Penix fall to me. I would. And Bo Nix is definitely falling to me. But at that point, I'm not that big of a Bo Nix fan. I'd rather just trade for Justin Fields at that goddamn point. Right? That's where I would be. But there are only 3 quarterbacks in this draft I'm moving up for, and I think would be worth it. Now, I have said this before. Sometimes, not all the time, when you move up for a quarterback, it don't always work out, right? It don't always work out. But we need something. We need something. And depending how Aiden finishes this last, stretch of games, is going to determine on how high we pick a competition at that position. Because competition is needed. Regardless of whatever the fact, bro, competition is needed at that position. Because right now we're lacking. It's lacking. It's promised with Aiden O'Connell, but it ain't enough. So when we talk about this draft, bro, I don't know how much you have to give up for the jump to go to goddamn wherever Chicago was picking, because we have those connections with Chicago, because Champ Kelly was there, there always a possibility, and that lane might always be open to trade up. The lane might always be open. And maybe Champ can fleece some type of deal where we're not getting absolutely raw dogs with no Vaseline, right? But at the end of the day, I think let's hope that we don't completely take ourselves out of the equation. And when I say out of the equation, I mean that the Raiders' mindset is like, we're not going to trade up to get one. I just think this year is the year for you to say, let's trade up, get our guy. So my whole outtake on the draft position, man, I say F the picks, bro. If you're in any type of realm to trade up and to get a guy, I think you should do it this year. I don't care what it is. If you're not going to go get a veteran quarterback like Justin Fields, F the picks, bro. Go get your guy this year. That's where I'm at. So, last but not least, man. Last but not least, we got to get into this very last topic. And the very last topic is this, man. The very last, and yes, sir, hit the like, hit the subscribe button. Much appreciated. But very last topic will be this. The Raiders and their playoff scenario, right? The playoff scenario. Now, me, I don't like to be the dude that's like negative or whatever, you know. But whatever we needed to happen in this past weekend didn't really come to fruition, to my understanding. So this is not me saying that we got to shut players down and do all that, because the players are making it pretty evident that they're not going to shut it down. And also at the same time, you know, AP is trying to win the job, and they're trying to win the job for AP. So I don't think they can afford to do that right now. But, you know, looking as to see what's going on with this playoff scenario, it all doesn't matter unless this week is a win. And we all know that this is the toughest game left on the schedule. All right? Nothing matters if you don't beat this team here. AP, the job is in flux. If he does not get a dub in Arrowhead, or at least show some competitive trait out here, Aiden O'Connell, the job is in flux, because now you don't look good in Arrowhead, the division rival. We get higher on the goddamn draft board. Now competition is going to be coming in here, right? And, you know, I think that Champ Kelly has already secured the job. But with Bo Hardegree, of course, it's hard for him to try to maintain anything or try to get any type of traction for this job, although we already think he's going to be gone. But just for AP alone, bro, this is a huge game, right? Just the playoff hopes and all that is cool, but none of it matters if you don't handle business here in Arrowhead. And this place is like a haunted house for this team, bro. It's a haunted house for this team. Let's just be real with ourselves. Like, no fond memories have been here except for maybe one. And that was the Ruggs year. That's it. And this is the toughest task to ask from a interim head coach. This is the toughest task to ask, man. Like, he has to go in an Arrowhead. The Chiefs are looking to go into the playoffs at this moment, and they're not playing their best. So they're going to try everything and anything they can to get on track. What are you going to do? You know, it all hinges on this. You want to be the head coach of this team? It's got to show. It's got to show from the players. It's got to show from the execution. It's got to show from your strategic adjustments, because AP didn't have the best outing against the Chiefs the first time. How will he adjust? How will the players adjust? How will the coaching staff adjust? It's all coming into fruition this game. So this is going to be a huge test for this team, for this coach. Let's see what they do coming into Sunday, man. But once again, make sure you guys are hitting the like, hitting the subscribe button. It's much love to everybody that shows up, man. This has been another episode, another live episode of the Raider Rundown. Make sure you guys are tapping on the like, on the subscribe button, man. I'm going to be coming to you again sometime this week, man. Maybe tomorrow, maybe, of course, Wednesday. We're going to probably try to do something, man. But I'm going to try to come to you at some point during the week with some more tidbits. We'll talk about an injury report as it comes out. Any other breaking news, any other breaking stories come out, I'll be at you live, right? Or I'll make an episode about it. So make sure you guys tune in. And remember, Thursdays, 10:30 Eastern, Turf and Rundown, man. We back this week, and you're not going to want to miss the episode this week with Turf, bro. He was in the building for the 63-21 win, bro. So you're not going to want to miss Thursday, bro. He going to have all the details for y'all. All right, so make sure y'all tune back in for that. That's going to be a lit episode on Thursday. But other than that, man, make sure you guys are hitting all the buttons. And y'all know I keep it authentic from the clouds to the ground on the Raider Rundown.
I need a bad bitch with an accent, serving in peace, still taxing. Just got tapped for the young cash app, moonwalking like a young Mike Jackson. Yeah, shots to the head, ride clean and still fuck feds. Realest nigga and it's on my kids, so who the fuck gon' wanna test me, bitch?